gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Happy, joy. You know what today is. Today is another day. Brought to you by the letter R, as in Raider. Yes, indeed. Welcome to Raider Street, where dreams come true. Shout out to everybody out there in the chat, man. Welcome to another edition of Drumroll Please. Good morning, Raider Nation live podcast right here on Raiders Allegiance with your boy Lunatic Raider. Yes, indeed, it is happy, joy, hump day in the building. You feel me? Shout out to everybody out there. We got a good show for you today. We're going to dive into the Raiders and their pads and the standouts and the people that brought attention to themselves. Positive attention, that is. Nothing negative, all positive. Exactly what us, the fans, would like and love to hear. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. We got people in the building. B-Al's in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Top of the morning. Michael Guerrero in the building for real. Let's get it. Let's get it on this hump day. Yes, sir. Who else we got in the building, man? We got Brian Rodriguez in the building, man. Good morning to you. Eugene Powell's in the house. Powell writing the kisser. You feel me? We in the building this morning, man. Egalitarian 207. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. We got Raider Zilla in the building, man. Top of the morning to you. Thank you for being here, man. It is always good to see you. Art White in the building, man. Top of the morning, man. It's good to have you here, man. Exactly. Welcome. RDF in the building, man. Tops to you. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. We got Raider Goon in the house. Yes, buddy boy. We got Raider Goon in the house. My dude Pyro, man. What is the deal, man? Tops to you. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think that's it right now. Unless somebody just skipped me, which I think, no, that's it for right now. But people gonna be coming. I just sent out the link. So right now we 17 deep. Shout out to everybody watching. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like, man. Hit that thumbs up for real. We're growing. Thanks to you guys, man. Salute to y'all for real. Like I said, we got a good show for you. Raiders worked out a couple of running backs. We did release people, and there are people at camp that is opening eyes. And we're going to talk about all that this morning right here on Raiders Allegiance. Good morning, Raider Nation live podcast, man. Let's get into it. Okay. For those that don't know, we did bring in a couple of running backs yesterday. Work those guys out, you feel me? As you can see here, and I'm going to tell you the one common denominator these guys all had. And it's very interesting. As far as we do have a former Patriot. And what the fuck is my shit at? Did I just cuss on the air? Hold on real quick, y'all. I can't see it on my end. Why is it not popping up? Yada. There it go. All right. So the two running backs that were brought in yesterday for workouts was Rex Burkhead, running back formerly of New England Patriots, 5'10", 215 pounds, a little long in the tooth, 33 years old, but experience in his offense. That's factual. Then you had Damian Williams, running back, 5'11", 221 pounds, 31 years old, formerly of Kansas City. If I remember correctly, also the Texans. I think he originally was. That was Burkhead. I think that originally was drafted by Cincinnati, if I recall. I'm going off memory, also bear with me. But the common denominator between these two guys right here, they both played in Super Bowls. So now you're bringing championship experience, which, I mean, and veteranship, because don't forget our running back room right now, if you include Zamir White, Brenton Brown, Sincere McCormick, with no Josh Jacobs, we're young. Did they sign these guys? Not that I know of, but they did bring them in for a workout. I think they left without a contract, but just to get an idea of what is it that they're looking for. You know what I mean? If Josh Jacobs does not come to camp and does not participate in preseason, then you still need running backs. The reason why is because you do have a first, second, and third string that you work with in groups, and you kind of want to have, well, not kind of, you do want all the positions filled at all three levels just so you can run your plays. And they like to mix and match. They always want to put different, say, for instance, behind a different offensive line, you want this running back and that running back. Just all so everybody can be familiar with each other. Like they said, during the regular season, potential injuries do occur where the lineups change. So just to get everybody coincide with each other to go ahead and work together as a unit and be familiar with everybody, they do mix and match going through camp. This is not nothing that's, you know what I mean, like, oh, this means Josh Jacobs ain't never coming back. We don't know what Josh Jacobs gonna do. I know what we do know. We do know the running backs that's in camp right now that we can work with. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get into them as well as what they've been doing so far, just day one, with pads on, even though today they're going at it right now. They have pads on right now, going at it again. So let's see what we get out of the rest of the running back room. But we do, or we did bring in a couple of guys and work them out. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the names of those who have been bringing attention to themselves in a good way. You feel me? Tony Shepard, man, in the building, man. Top of the morning to you. Salute to you, man. Good to have you here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cool Kev in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Yeah, you guys are coming in for real. Good to see everybody, man, for real. For real. Let me see. Did anybody else come up in here? I think that might be just about not it. We got Reggie Green in the building, man. Salute to you, Reggie. Thank you for being here. Did I just pass one? Donna Stance in the building. No, it does not mean we're losing Jacobs. Right now, still at a standstill. CBS Sports did report that the Raiders are willing to go back to the negotiating table with Jacobs and his representatives. What comes out of that, I don't know. You know what I mean? But like I said, you still need bodies. I don't think you sign both of these running backs. I think it's just one, you know what I mean, because Jacobs ain't there. Jacobs does not, without losing money, he does not have to report until week 1 to not lose a dime. You know what I mean? 2 red rings in the building, man. Tops to you. So, like I said, it's still at a standstill with Josh Jacobs and the franchise tag that he has not signed yet. So it's just a wait and see. Just to wait and see. Let me see. We got Raider Syndicate in the building, man. What is good with you? Top of the morning. Thank you for being here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me see. We got people still coming in. Let me slow down. Let me slow down. We got Roland. Good morning to you. Tops to you. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to have this. It's good to have new faces in here. I see names that I'm not familiar with, but you're always welcome to be here. Boss Raiders in the building, man. Salute to you. Thank you for being here as well. Yes, we in here, man. Shout out to everybody that's in here watching, man. Appreciate it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and dive into what is being said about day one in pads at Raiders training camp. Good things I'm hearing from different groups, different players. So shoot. Let's go ahead and let's hear what they're saying. Let me tone this down real quick, man, so you guys can hear the volume. Put this on pause real quick one time. You feel me? All right. So let's go ahead and this is gonna go ahead and answer some questions. You remember there's been questions about Jimmy G, not his foot this time, but I know some people within the nation has NorCal Raider Jesse, man, tops to you. Thank you for being here. There has been questions about or concern that Jimmy G can't go deep, which is far from the truth. Far from the truth. And you don't have to listen to me. You can listen to the guys that were at the camp and can tell you for themselves what they've seen out of Jimmy G.
The knock on Jimmy is, he doesn't throw the ball deep. That dude had a couple nice deep shots, thrown to Devontae. They looked like they were on the same page, So I think we saw Devontae yesterday when they were inside, caught a deep pass and kind of looked at all the media kind of as a, hey, make sure you write this down, almost like Max did today. So look, don't believe what you hear out there. Oh, Jimmy can't throw the ball deep. Don't believe that. If there's tape out there, hopefully the social folks pull it out because that was unbelievable, seeing the connection between the two of them. Jimmy G can definitely do it.
The defensive players sat there and then they even witnessed it and said it was like, we ain't talking about 30, 40 yards. We talk about like 60-yard pass bombs to Devontae Adams that was hitting them in stride. And they said the same thing for Aiden O'Connell was hitting them on point as well. So that's one thing that's straight lie. You know what I mean? People always want to hear somebody else's opinion, and then they take their opinion and run with it as fact. And that's why I say that's one thing that some of these content creators and outside media gurus, if that's what they want to call themselves, out there spreading. So do your research. And if you don't, I will. I'm going to bring it to you raw and uncut and factuals. You feel me? So yes, indeed. Another thing that I heard about, another concern that some of the people within the nation have is with the linebacking core, which I was not worried about it. You know what I mean? I know about Spillane, about Masterson, Bernie. They added some people as well. You know what I mean? But I know it's a concern to those that all they see is a question mark, like they're not really familiar with the names that were added to this team. But if you go and search what these guys have done in the most recent past, you can see for themselves that you went out there and got some straight dogs. You know what I mean? This team is consisted of straight dogs on this team. That's the beauty of it. You got go-getters out there on the field. You know what I mean? One thing that I've known, like I said about Spillane, and I say this with the most respect to Spillane. This is just some humor, but I like to call players like this football dickheads. You know what I mean? Where it's just all football. You know what I mean? And he just one of those old-fashioned type of linebackers that he football. He is football. In and out. You know what I mean? If I can do a comparison, the guy that I would probably compare Spillane with would be not character-wise, but just football-wise. Romanowski. He reminds me a lot of Romanowski. I'm not saying they're on that same level, but as far as just straight gung-ho football linebackers, he reminds me of Romanowski. But they've highly spoken on Masterson is a big name that they've been mentioning as well. So without me continuing to run my damn mouth, let's go in and hear what they said about the linebacking core as well as Masterson.
And Luke Masterson, day one, coming in with the pads, laying the wood down, letting people know, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm a guy that maybe you haven't talked about as much because of the additions that this team has made over the past couple of months, but do not sleep on Luke Masterson, especially on special teams.
Yeah, you love to see that out of him. We spoke to him today as well up on the podium, and he said that he still brings that same mindset that he brought into last year, that each and every day he's fighting for his NFL life, essentially, and that's what everyone on this team is doing. So he comes in with the right mindset. That kid, look, all you got to do is look for the ball.
Yeah.
And the linebackers, more often than not, that's where they're going to be. We saw it a lot from Spillane today, too, in team when they were doing the inside run drills. I mean, that guy looks every bit the thumper that many of us thought he would be, when they signed him. So he's flying around. Masterson's flying around. I saw Amari Burney getting in the mix as well.
Yes. So can we take a 30-second time out here?
100%.
Right. I know you're very high on Amari Burney,
Yeah.
right? And was it Saturday where he had that near pick?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
Deep comeback.
Yes. It already goes to show you that I've lost track of the days.
I know.
But I know that going into this process, you're like I said, hey, don't sleep on Amari Burney.
Yeah.
And he's definitely had a few kind of moments here and there where you're like, oh, there might be something to this guy.
To note too on that one, it was a route down the field. It wasn't like he was covering a 5-yard out or something like he was covering deep down the field. So that's where I think as a Raiders fan, you look at the guy, the numbers that he had in college in terms of the ball production and what he was asked to do coverage-wise. He's doing a lot of that now here in the NFL. Obviously, it's practice. It's still so early, but he's doing that now and has excelled thus far in the couple times that I've seen him. So real impressed with what I've seen out of the kid so far.
Fair use for educational and entertainment purposes only, fair use. Yes. So as you see, that's multiple names in the linebacking core that they mention that's standing out. Masterson, not just as at linebacker, but special teams. Burney in coverage. Spillane just outright. We're gonna hear more about Spillane. I want you to understand what kind of player he is. I told you guys he comes from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is known for their defense, and specifically the linebacker and safety positions with the Pittsburgh Steelers are highly regarded in the NFL as being some of the best to ever suit up and hit the grass. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the Spillane just so they can paint the picture of why I call him a football dickhead and why you would kind of throw him in the same category as a Romanowski as far as the linebacker position, the love, the get after it. You know what I mean? The work ethic. It's just one of those things that either you're born with or you're not. So with that being said, to me, Spillane most definitely is born with. Fair use.
Robert Spillane very much looks the part of a starting middle linebacker in the NFL. Very active. He just get, for lack of a better term, he's just got the look, right? Like you hear him talk, he sounds like a middle linebacker. You look at the way he moves around, he runs like a middle linebacker. He just kind of has that middle linebacker-ness in him. And I feel like we definitely saw that day one of pass.
Yeah, a little aside, maybe hopefully you're not eating lunch with this one.
This is great, and I missed this one, but this was a great call from you.
You missed this one, but to show you what type of dude Spillane is, early on in practice, I think like day 3 or day 2, something like that, it was hot. They were out there running around. Dude lost his lunch right after they broke the huddle, and it's just out there, but just kept playing, It was spewing out of it, kind of like, I think it was Donovan McNabb, the old videos.
Yeah.
In the huddle. And the dude just kept going, and so you just love to see the nastiness out of him that, like, no matter what he's going through, because obviously he was going through it.
Yeah.
He kept going, and he was in there for like 2 or 3 more reps.
Dude, he's like he's one of those guys too. We talk about, these, ex-player wouldn't have been able to thrive in the NFL of the 70s or the 80s. Like, this is a dude, I don't care what era it is, what generation, what decade. Like, this dude's just a football player.
No, I agree.
Like, he's at, I don't care if it's 2 degrees or 120 degrees. Like, he's just one of those dudes. Like, and this is probably not a great comparison, but I just, like, you feel like I feel like he's like a Draymond Green kind of guy where you just need people like that on your roster, right? Like maybe he's not going to put up 40 points and 25 rebounds, but he's going to do all the dirty work. He's going to set the tone for what you want to be defensively. And he's a dude that you can just count on day in, day out as a guy who's going to be there. He's going to be nasty and he's going to show up and do his job.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be punching any teammates or anything.
Please don't.
But no, having said that, seems like a good dude. I definitely get what you're saying with the mentality and all that stuff.
Got from him as well. And I told you guys this a while ago when I looked at his tape and just his background. He just one of those football dudes. He eat, sleeps, and shits football 24/7. Rafa, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning to you. Thank you for being here. Raider Nation, Jason in the building, man. What is the deal? What is the deal, man? Hey, it's good to see y'all, man, for real. We're just doing a follow-up on some of the players at camp that's opening eyes. Wild Turkeys in the building, man. Salute to you. Charles Washington, what is the deal? Hey, exactly. Football, I call him a dickhead, but you know what I mean? I ain't saying like he's a dickhead, like he an asshole. He's just a straight football dickhead. You know what I mean? Like I'm a Raider dickhead. I eat, sleep, shit Raiders. You know what I mean? Straight, and I'm like, I might be rude with it sometime, but it is what it is. You feel me? But yeah, man, this is what I get from the guy. I think Meathead is a little more, you know what I mean, more respectful. I'm not trying to diss the dude. I love it. I love the fact that he loves his position, and they said he's out there, man, like throwing up and still staying in the game for 2 more runs. So it's like, that's the kind of guy you want. That's the kind of guy you want. These youngsters are going to look at him and be like, man, I'm not getting off this field. So what if I got diarrhea? Hey, top of the morning to you, D Menace, man. Good to see you. Good to see you for real, for real. So as you see that there are players, a lot of them so far, that's opening the eyes of a lot of people at camp. And this is just a few of them. I haven't mentioned the Adam Plants or the Drake Thomases. You know what I mean? I haven't mentioned those guys. And there's some others that we're going to get into as well. So, but I'm saying I love what's going down with this team. It seems to me that they're putting the right. Remember I said a while ago I did a show and it's called figuring out the combination for the defense. We got to unlock the defense. We got to figure out the right combination on that 11 on that side of the ball. Once we figure that out, I think our defense is going to be okay. Maybe not right offhand. They're going to have to develop with each other. But remember, like the one thing I keep trying to instill in y'all is the one thing I always said about this defense. The machine as a whole is better, is greater than the sum of its parts. Don't worry about the individuals. Worry about how those individuals play together. That's the only thing we need to be concerned with on defense. Shout out to Holly. Good morning to you, Miss Lady. Salute to you. So, yeah, that's the main thing that I think we only have to focus on is the combination of players on defense. You know what I mean? Do we got the right safeties playing with each other? Do we have the right corners, the right linebackers, the right defensive tackles and defensive ends? We got to have the right combination of players for this defense to be unlocked. And I think that we're on our way. You know what I mean? You got some good ball hawking skill type individuals, straight, hard-nosed, love the sport, and I always stress the fact of being work ethic. That is the key, work ethic. These guys all possess these attributes. Very important for this defense to mature and develop into something that can help this team win. You feel me? And Charles Washington, you hit that nail right on the head. Bring back the soul. Come on now. If we can, we know what our offense is capable of doing, but if we build this defense right, especially with these young pieces, that can go a long way, my brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? It can go a long way. And I'm telling you, that's the only thing I think is left for this team to figure out is who deserves to start out there. and especially the addition of Marcus Peters. You know what I mean? That's that veteran voice in the secondary. We already have a couple of veteran voices. Max Crosby still, I don't even think Max Crosby hit his ceiling yet. Chandler Jones has a wealth of knowledge. So you got guys at different aspects. And Spillane, he's not like the oldest dude. You know what I mean? He's still in his mid-late 20s. You know what I mean? So you got guys who have been in the mud, started from the mud up. You know what I mean? And you got these young guys that's listening and absorbing all the info these guys are giving them to go ahead and carry it on and build this foundation to this defense. Because once that foundation is built, that's going to carry that defense for years to come. You know what I mean? And all we got to do, from the way it looks like right now, is that we did a damn good job in the draft, in my eye. And I think we did a damn good job in free agency, adding the specific pieces that this team needs to succeed. So with that being said, let's move on to the next gentleman. The next gentleman that they spoke highly of, that's getting after it, is Jakarian Bennett, another rookie. You know what I mean? Another player that played under Patrick Graham in the Senior Bowl. You know what I mean? And these are another aspect of some of these players that we had first dibs and first sight on them before they even hit the draft. We drafted 5 players that were on the Senior Bowl team. And one undrafted we signed that was on the Senior Bowl team. So there's big optimism about what we did in the offseason. Will it work out? That's what we're here for. We're here to see if it works out. So let's hear what they said about Jakarian Bennett and this young man right here. I think he could be something special, especially under the tutorage of Marcus Peters. That's the key. I think that's one of the main reasons why they brought Peters in here, is to be that tutor, to be that veteran, and get the dog out of. Come on, rub off on these youngsters. If they get that same confidence and that same dog in them like that Peters has, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
One of the guys that's in the mix in a lot of different spots has been Jakarian Bennett. We've seen him
another
get
guy that you
opportunities. Yeah, another guy that just even from before they put the pads on. I know I talk about you can only take so much away, but you can see a lot by the way a guy carries himself out on the field, the way that he moves. This kid, real smooth kind of in everything that he does, and the speed, you can see the speed, but it is still kind of sneaky fast. Always in guys' corner pockets, in terms of when they're running deep routes and stuff like that. So been impressed with him, but he's getting a lot of reps and putting himself in a position to get some big-time playing time for this team. I'm excited to see what happens for him, as the weeks roll on, and also, again, in preseason, too.
Yeah.
And that's the key, having the reps. See, for these young guys to develop, they need to be able to touch the ball and run play after play after play after play until it's burned in their memory bank. Muscle memory. And the key is having reps. And you have, Jason went down with an injury. I don't know the severity of that injury. Hopefully it's nothing severe. But with him being out, what they say, next man up. So now you're giving those reps to the next player. You know what I mean? So now you get the Jakarians out there to go ahead and get those reps, well-needed reps for being a rookie. Now the development can speed up a little bit because of the number of reps. The same thing going into the running back room. Like I mentioned earlier, we brought in 2 veterans and worked them out. Did we sign them? I didn't hear anything about signing either one of them. But the running backs on this team are very young. Zamir White, Britton Barron, Sincere McCormick. I'm hearing good things about them. Sincere McCormick, they said he's out there doing his thing. Zamir White, remember what I told you about just a second ago about reps? See, there's 2 sides to every coin. The one side, the negative side, Josh Jacobs ain't here. Josh Jacobs is holding out, has not signed his tender, right? So we're as fans, we're concerned. We're like, man, come on, bruh. We need you. But the flip side of that coin is the reps that Jacobs would have been getting are going to these young guys, to the Sinceres, the Britton Browns, the Zamir Whites. They're getting the reps now. And what comes from that? Shit, don't take my word for it. Let me let you hear what they said they're seeing at camp with Mr. Zamir White.
Yep. In terms of guys that will kind of be going against each other a lot. Zamir White.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels talked about that you won't really get an opportunity to see what this guy can do in terms of the physical aspect of his game until the pads come on. He lived up to the hype in terms of what Josh was talking about. Looks every part the guy that's in his second season trying to make that sophomore jump and build off of what he did last year. Really impressed with what I saw with Zamir. He even kind of lowered the shoulder a little bit.
He
did a little
did.
truck stick action.
Yes,
I was liking that.
Yes, he did. Right on the sideline near us, the near sideline where the fans were set up. But, dips the shoulder perhaps a little bit more than the coaching staff would have liked on the first day of pads. But we won't put the guy on blast who he no. ran over. But certainly let him know that, hey, Zamir's here, and Zamir ain't going anywhere.
Zamir White out there running fools over, they saying. They said he's out there running fools over. Come on, bruh. And I think I know. As a rookie, you develop more confidence with the more reps you take and the more confidence in knowing the scheme and system. You know the playbook. You're not lost in the sauce like you were the previous year as a rookie. Not knowing what to expect. You know what I mean? Not knowing how many reps you get. We know last year they didn't get that many reps. Hell, they ran Josh Jacobs in the preseason last year. So I know the young guys didn't get a lot of reps. Like I said, with Josh, there's a flip side to every coin. The same thing will make you laugh will make you cry. We cry about Josh Jacobs not being here, but we're laughing because Zamir and Sincere and Britton Brown, they're getting those reps and they are developing with those reps. That's all you can ask for from a young guy. Develop. And that's all you can ask for out of your coaches and position coaches to develop these players. So now you got the coaches and the reps. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it? I can give it to you, but what you gonna do with it? I can give it to you, but what? Shout out to J.O. Felony. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of promise on the horizon with this young team on defense. Facts. And so far, the names we are hearing, we're hearing these young guys, whether they were drafted or undrafted, or they were free agents. The new additions, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, and Johnny. You know what I mean? The new additions are out there showing their ass. They went out there, and it sounds like to me that they went and got the correct pieces they needed for this team on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Now we just got to watch the maturity, the development, and the cohesiveness that this team can develop on both sides. We hear about Jimmy G going deep to Devontae. I heard today, oh yeah, let's not forget about Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow is having a hell of a day today, from what I'm hearing. I'm hearing he's having a hell of a day. Ain't no Connell? I'm hearing he's doing damn well good, man. So it's like everybody that's been added to this team is like, okay. That's why I told y'all, year one, don't be overconsumed with expectations of us over exceeding what we're going to do. Now, it's nice to be like, oh, let's make the playoffs. Let's get further in the playoffs and try to get to the Super Bowl. That's fine and dandy. But to be realistic in year one of a new regime where all the coaches are brand new and the front office is completely brand new, I know you didn't think they just going to hit the ground running, not knowing the personnel that's already here and installing your system. See, now you're starting to hear good things because the system is in. The personnel has been analyzed. The ones that did not fit the offense and defense are no longer here. And then you start hearing like little tidbits of little slips of what was really going on in the locker room when people say they're enjoying the time now because there's no head cases and no drama queens. I wonder who that may be applied to that is no longer here. Waller? Abram? Cleveland Farrell? It was like, well, why Cleveland Farrell? Don't forget the rumors of Cleveland Farrell and Perryman getting into it last season. Don't forget, it seems to me that Waller might have that diva, you know what I mean, since he's rapping and doing videos and shit and dating a WNBA championship star. Sometimes that limelight touches you and you get infected. You know what I mean? So we gotta, hey, maybe there was some rockiness. And then you start hearing stuff about Garoppolo being very competitive, going back and forth with Max Crosby as well as Marcus Peters. So there's dog in our quarterback. Not turn the other cheek, but you slap me, I'm going to slap you back. And no knock on Carr. Carr is the man who he is. But like I said, that's not the man this team needs. That's why I said, you try to compare Carr with Garoppolo, and we were looking at it wrong. We don't compare those two. We compare those two in the system. I think this system is Jimmy G was drafted for this system, plain point blank period. He's a perfect fit for this offense, and that's all you're hearing. Why is, okay, you're hearing the connection that they're developing, the chemistry between him and Devontae Adams, but now you're hearing Renfrow is looking good? The only difference Renfrow is seeing is a new quarterback. That's the only difference Renfrow is having. It's not a new offense. Same offense he learned. They said he struggled with, but you know what else I'm thinking is helping Hunter Renfrow? Who is the ex-Patriot wide receiver brought in to become a coach that played slot? Is it Edelman we brought in? I know it was one of them. I can't remember, man. I get them mixed up. But I think that is helping the progress of Hunter Renfrow with the system by having someone who actually been in it and played in it that's not a player on the field, that is learning to be a coach, to be able to work with these guys in the slot. So that also means it's going to bode well for Trey Tucker. Yes, indeed. The rookie will also benefit from this. You know what I mean? So, hey, I got a good feeling, but like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day, and all we can do as a fan base is sit back and watch it unfold. And we hope that we could develop a team that can get into the playoffs, or just shit. If you get on the doorstep after year one, and you can increase by four victories, get 10 wins. Impress us. 10 wins plus will be very impressive, especially with the overhaul of players that came in compared to players that went out the door. But that just lets me know that you brought in the right players to replace the players that were wrong for what we were trying to do. That's all that's telling me. Shout out to the 49 watching, man. Salute to you guys. Please, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up, man. Welcome to Good Morning Raider Nation Live Podcast right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. You guys are always welcome. Monday through Thursday, it is this podcast. Every Friday is WTF Friday. But when the season starting next weekend, or next Friday, not this Friday coming, next Friday with the preseason, oh, WTF Friday goes away. WTF Friday, that's the off season. We getting in the preseason. So we know it's F Your Team Friday. Yes, indeed. Starting with the Niners, man. Pull on up and listen to the trash talk that we get on the Niners' head with. Let's go. The 2023 season is here. And it's time for us to go ahead and continue to improve as a whole franchise and get us back to what we need and we want as a fan base. And that's more victories and opportunities to win playoff games, to get back to that Super Bowl, to get that damn Lombardi trophy. Hell, we got 2 Lombardis on the team. You let them motherfuckers hold the motherfucking trophy up. You know what I mean? We got 2 Lombardi. Hold that motherfucker up, man. Especially when we playing right here in Vegas. What? In February? Oh, yes, miracles do happen. Miracles do happen. It's just unfortunate through time, we were on the wrong end of it. Tuck rule, immaculate reception. You know what I mean? The little cardboard card, the little card, you know what I mean, for the first down with the, come on, bruh. It's time to flip the negative energy that we've been giving off and getting and receiving in these close-ass games. Look at last season. 6 games we lost by less than a touchdown. It's time for that shit. Now it's time for us to win 6 games by less than a touchdown. You know what I mean? If that has to be that way, why not? Why not? Why not the Raiders? Why not? Why not? I don't believe in no damn bad luck. I don't believe in no hexes. Come on, bruh. We are in control of our own destiny. And if this team is built correctly with the right pieces, we're going to all see that. We're going to all bear witness to it. Can I get a church? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hey, I'll be going on one, bruh, but I'm telling you, I didn't feel like this last year. Not with all this information coming out with these players added. You know what I mean? We weren't there last year on everything. Snoops Hernandez, what is the deal, man? Tops to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Donna. Hey, it is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for subscribing. I really, really appreciate it. Like I say, here's my spiel. Without you, there's no me. And without us, there's no nation. There's only one nation. And that's the Mickey Ficky Raider Nation. Optimism, come on. It's a must. Commitment to optimism. Let's go. Let's go. We know we represent this silver and black, man. We've been waiting a long time for our just due. And rather than waiting for somebody to give it to us, we're going to take that shit. We're going to take our victories. You know what I mean? We're going to take it from teams. And to be honest with you, by the time we do face Kansas City, how much of this team will develop a chemistry to be able, because last year, we could have beat them last year. We lost by 1 point on their home field with a team that's first-year offense, first-year head coach, first-year GM, first-year coordinators, first-year everything. And we still pushed them to the limit. We still pushed them. There is a silver lining in every cloud. Silver and black, that is. And every cloud is black, so that's silver and black right there. There's a silver lining in every cloud. Let's go. Let's go. I refuse to be woe is me, kicking cans. You know what I mean? She loves me not. I'm going to take my love. No, let me quit. I'm going to take the love. You know what I mean? We're going to take the W's. We are not going to be asked to be given anything. We don't need referees to help us. You can still hate us. We're going to be the kind of team to get the win anyway, and y'all just going to be disgusted like, damn, them sons of bitches won again. That's what every fan base is going to feel. I hate when Raiders win because they be on our helmets. Oh, I'm going to be on your helmet all year, every Friday. Yes, F your team Friday. Every Friday, lunatic is going to be on your head. I'm going to make you hate your team and hate life. I'm going to make you mute me. You know what I mean? Oh, it's on and cracking. the closer I get to the regular season, the sooner the better. I'm about to dip their ass in some hot grease. Raider Pete, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning. See if hands, for real, that's another one. Bro, I'm telling you, things don't remain the same. They don't. Things don't stay the same. Everything evolves. Everything, and it's always a domino effect. And I'm going to tell you, if this team starts winning and we get into the playoffs and do some damage, that one domino, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to go all back to this. Watch this. Here's the one domino that changed everything. A John Gruden email is that one domino that puts us back on top. Trace it back. That one Gruden email made us have to get rid of him and go get some guys that none of us wanted. We didn't want the Patriot people. Come on now, I understand. But it's not football related why we don't like them. We just don't. We know the outcome of the Tuck rule. But it wasn't the Patriots who threw the flag. That's why I said the refs, they ain't going to be able to stop us this year. That little lousy ass call that the refs do is not going to stop us. We are going to take our wins. We're not asking you to please let us win. Fuck asking you please. Shit, the other team need to be asking, please stop kicking our ass. Because that's what we going to do this year. But it's all going to go back to that one domino. And we're going to be writing Gruden emails saying, thank you for being a fucktard. No, I ain't going to say it like that. Thank you for saying that shit. Well, actually, it could go back before that email. It could go all the way back to Dan Snyder trying to use somebody else to be the scapegoat and take the focus off of him. And then it comes to his email. Oh, bruh, Dan Snyder, you piece of shit. You got more money for that franchise for selling it than you ever did running it. My dude Dark, man, top of the, hey, tops to you, my brother. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. For real. But I'm getting close to the season. Preseason next week. I will be at the tailgate. I am not going to work. I'm using vacation on next Sunday. I will be there in the flesh, giving the Niner fans hell. Yes, indeed. Giving them hell. For real, for real. So, hey, we getting close, y'all. We got to rock together. We got to rock together. I know some of y'all don't like Josh McDaniels. That's fine. But we Raiders, though. It's time to push all that shit to the side. Just kick back and see what Josh McDaniels does this year with this team. With this team. Not last year's team, this team. Just kick back. Root your team on. You ain't got to go buy a Josh McDaniels jersey. He ain't got one. You feel me? We rocking with the silver and black, the shield. You feel me? That's who we rocking with. That's who we rocking with. Shit, we'll see if they can change it back to the red. I heard that's what the fan base were pushing for, to try to get them to push, to get the name changed back to Redskins. I don't know, man. It's going to be a battle. You know what I mean? Everything is taken out of context. Because the reason why they were calling the natives Redskins had nothing to do with their ethnic color of their skin. It had to do with the red paint that they used. That's where the term Redskin came in. Hey, sometimes you got to do your history. Here, like I give you some stuff that here's another info for you. Like the word island. Why is the S silent? You know why the S is silent? It's a French word. Island. Comes from insult. The S is silent because the French thought leaving the S in the word made it look more Latin. Facts. Just take the damn S out. It fuck what the word look like. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. That's a little factoid for y'all, man. A factoid with the Altoid. You feel me? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. Please, if you have not done so, subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Hey. But yeah, man, there's a lot of good shit going down with this team. I'm loving the stuff I'm hearing out of camp, especially with them in pads. That's very important because it's like they hit a switch. They put pads on and they train. Autobots, roll out. You know what I mean? OJ Raider in the building, man. Top of the morning to you, man. Thank you for being here. Yep, you're getting educated. See, these are little things like I be telling my son, because like I make him look up stuff to find out, well, why? Don't just ask a question, find out the answer. Same like when we found out why the K in why is there a K in knife? Because at one point it was pronounced knife. But they said it was a little bit difficult, to keep pronouncing knife. That didn't, that don't sound right. So they made the K silent. And I'm asking him, well, why didn't they just remove the fucking K? N-I-F-E. That's all you needed. N-I-F-E. But they want to leave the K. They left the K in there, but just made it silent. Dummies. That just show you how mankind just evolution ain't becoming humans from monkeys. Evolution is being dumb and then becoming smart. It's always been knowledge with evolution. Yada da. Yada da. You feel me? Oh, man, it's good to have y'all in here, man, for real, for real. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, we got, let me see. Make sure we got a James Furpo in the building, man. Raiders. Come on now. We know we got stuff to be optimistic about. You know what I mean? We just hope that they build this team with the right pieces to unlock the defense and the offense so we can get out there on that field and put this foot up in that ass. You feel me? Any team. I don't fear the Chiefs. Man, y'all soft as shit. Y'all got a good team. Y'all are a target. You know what I mean? But even the target gets hit, you gonna get hit. You know what I mean? You gonna get hit. You gonna get hit. Eventually, the pack behind you catches up to your ass, and then you become the meal. You know what I mean? You become the meal once the pack catches up to your ass. Let's go. Let's go. So with that being said, man, I'm about to jump off here, man, on this beautiful hump day. You guys enjoy your day. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones. I will be back tomorrow morning, same Raider time, same Raider channel, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance. Go ahead and share this video, leave a comment, hit the notification bell. You know what I mean? Share it with your next door neighbor, your mailman, or like I always say, your side chick, your side dude. It's good. Feel me? I'll be here tomorrow morning, man, to keep this show going. And then I'll bring you tomorrow what we learned today. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy. I'm Lunatic Raider. And like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch. I'm out. We got 'em.